So I suppose the partnership, the formal partnership came about at the end of a much longer informal partnership with both DCU and the Institute of Education in particular. For example, we had student teachers coming in to Fighting Words as part of their work experience or placements as part of their programs. We had staff coming in and volunteering in various capacities, different groups. We'd do talks for different groups of students here. So there were all these kind of connections happening anyway. And I suppose as well, one of the chief or the most important partners we've had throughout the time we've worked in Fighting Words has been teachers. So from the very beginning, teachers have been a key partner of ours because it's teachers who brought their classes into Fighting Words, both primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, and then in the area of further education. So I think that relationship always existed, and as I suppose the organisation grew and developed somewhat, it just seemed like a kind of, I suppose, almost a logical step to formalise that relationship and also see that as a way of working more closely with teachers to bring the Fighting Words model into the formal education system. Something that we knew was happening in various ways anyway. We worked a lot with teachers in Fighting Words, particularly on longer term projects. So we built up very close relationships with a number of teachers. And through that, we'd hear stories, feedback from them about the various ways they were sort of taking little bits of their own experience in Fighting Words, whether it was from watching their class interact in the Fighting Words Centre or in any of the centres around the country, or whether they were involved in a project themselves. Many teachers would come in and volunteer, particularly on summer camps when they were on their own summer holidays, which was always lovely to see. So we kind of knew that this was happening in an informal way, and that teachers were in many cases, very excited or happy to be able to come in and experience Fighting Words and just get some ideas for the classroom as well. And obviously bring it back in their own way. And it was always lovely to hear how different teachers had done that or various projects that they'd worked on. So I suppose in some ways it was a combination of all of those things, the various connections we had across the DCU community, and the work and partnerships that were established anyway, the work that we've been doing with teachers and the feedback we were getting from them. We just reached a point where it seemed like a really great idea. And I think it has been a lovely project to work on. And the engagement in various ways across the Institute of Education and beyond in DCU has been a lovely thing to experience.